Hello, this is Joe Macaroni. Joe Macaroni explains it all. Hello, nice to be with you again today. I'd like to talk about something that I talked about a few months ago. That's random thoughts. At the time, I gave you the random thoughts that kind of came from my mind, which makes them a little scary. This is Random Thoughts 2. Everyone thinks they are smart. Thank God. I thought I was the only one. Thank God. Here's something I've said before. Keep moving. Expect change. Adapt to it. That's the only way to survive. I sometimes wonder where the most tranquil place on earth is. Is there such a place? I kind of doubt that there is, that it even exists. I have come to the conclusion, which I probably have said before, that my wife is always right. Even when she isn't, she's always right. Folks, do you realize how many of our country's leaders never served in the military? Well, the answer is not many. How come? There are only 82 people in our Congress who served in the military. That's only 1 out of 6. Altogether, there are 535 senators and representatives, and only 82 served in the military. You know, I don't really understand that, because once there was a draft, how did they get out of the draft? Once there was a war, how did they get out of the war? But they seem to have done it. And here they are, they're leading our country, and they wear their patriotism on their sleeves. Sometimes I wonder why I'm wrong when I think I am right. I think I was right about what I just said, though. Tell me, do you think it would be a good or a bad idea to put all the crazies with guns, in the same room? Think about it. Maybe it's a good idea. It would be called the eradication of vermin. The average life expectancy, folks, in case you might like to know, in this country is now 79 for both men and women. But I wonder sometimes what the actual mental age is of people in this country. I think it's pretty damn low, sadly. You know, people say time stands still. Well, if time stood still, would anything else keep going? If time stands still, what? Maybe us? I don't know. We'll have to find out if time ever stands still. My mother used to say, goodness gracious gibalash. I don't know why. My mother was Italian. Most things she said were in Italian. Does anyone know what that means? Goodness gracious gibalash? Me neither. Where you live, do many people run red lights and stop signs? Where I live, lots of people do. I wonder how many accidents they cause. I sometimes feel, okay, if they like to run red lights and they like to run stop signs and they want to get killed, maybe that's okay, as long as they don't hurt or kill anyone else. You know, some days I do more than others. Today is an other. Do you have those? But we all do. Did you ever think about our mortality when you were young? I know I didn't. Were we too busy living to think about dying? Yeah, I think so. And maybe that's a good thing. Let our young people think about living and not dying. So what do I mean by young people? Anybody over or under. Under. Anybody under 80. Maybe 85. Maybe 90. Sometimes, and maybe quite often, I believe in the paranormal. Now, those people who know Joe Macaroni know he's a little bit crazy. In Italian, we say, una poca pazz, little cuckoo. And I probably am. But too many things have occurred in my life that have no rational explanation. None. How about you? Has that happened to you? Do you believe in the paranormal? I wonder why people often say when I meet them, do you remember me? Manege. When you remember me. Well, what is the correct answer to that? I sometimes want to say, no, who are you? But I try to be polite. I don't know why people say that, but they do. And finally, in the same manner, have you ever had a situation where you call somewhere and the person answering the phone says to you, can you spell your name? That always kind of makes me either want to laugh or get aggravated. Believe it or not, I can't spell my name. I want to say to them, sure, I can. Can you? It would be so much easier to say, Mr. Macaroni, please spell your name. Anyway, random thoughts 2. Thank you for joining me for this short session today. I always enjoy being with you. You take good care. This is Joe Macaroni. Joe Macaroni explains it all.